All the time.
And all the time.
God is good.
Ni wangapi wananijua? Wangapi wanajuana? Yeah, naona na wale wananijua na wale pia hawanijui. It's not, like Pastor mentioned, me too, my first day to be here today. Yeah, being here today. Na ni leo, hakuna mtu amekuja hapa leo. Wote mmekuja hapa. Nimepanga hapa before, but today, being a new day, it's your first time to be here. I'm a member of Green Valley Church, especially those who are coming from our district at the right, central, and the west, will be my important friends. When Pastor called me to talk about youth issues today, when he called me about 1 week ago, I noticed that he not give that topic until today morning when I got a topic. After being given a topic by your leader. Now, therefore, I'm going to briefly touch about that area which I was given. And then there's a small area which I am prepared. I take you through that area again. I do understand that we are a bit late having started. Therefore, I try to do a bit quick to be able to take care of that. Now, I was requested to talk about youth and job creation. Youth and job creation. And that is what I'm going to start with. And later on, I take you through a question: how can a Christian youth make a difference? That is what I have prepared. But now, given what I was supposed to talk about, that is what I start. Now, youth and job creation basically is about employability of the youth. And there's a famous quote which we do here, that in today's world, you need to know people, and if you don't know people, you should know people who know people. That is a famous quote which we usually hear. But I want to tell you that while it might be true to a particular degree, it might not be very true in totality. It's not automatic that you have to know people for you to be able to get a particular job opportunity. I was sharing with a particular employer some time back, about 2 months ago, who told me that the challenge with today's youth is that there is no one who is qualified to take the job. There is no one qualified to take the job. So the biggest problem again is about being qualified to be able. In addition to you having gone through probably university, gone through from 1 to Form 4, and now trying to look for a job, there are particular things which the employers are looking for, and which now they are arguing that our youth are not qualified. When you finish your university, your first degree, you graduate. You graduate, right? When you graduate, people argue that you have been educated. You are educated because you have finished the first degree, you have graduated. You have finished college, you have graduated. You have become educated. But the biggest challenge, many people, after being educated, they don't become knowledgeable. They don't become knowledgeable. So there are a few things which employers are looking at in trying to There are few who are joining us online, and therefore we need to be audible for the purpose of recording. I was trying to tell you that in addition to you having graduated, you need to be knowledgeable. That is now what can help you to become employable. While getting a job today is a bit tricky, there are many jobs which are available, but our people, most of them, might not be qualified. There are particular things which employers are looking for you to be able to be given that job. In addition to you getting to have the right papers for that particular job. Number one, the employers are looking for attitude. Attitude. When you look at that word attitude, and then you try to look at the alphabet, you try to categorize every number, every word, every letter in that word where it is falling, you find that it's going to add up to 100. If you look at A is around number 1, T is number 20, U number 21, I number 9, and D number 4, E number 5. That alphabet. If you add all of them, they add up to 100. Therefore, the term attitude becomes very strong in a way that even Hamilton's quoted sometimes back that a bad attitude is the only disability you can ever have in life. A bad attitude is the only disability which you can ever have in life. The employers are looking for a right attitude to the work. They are looking at it when you come and appear before an interview. Do you have the right attitude for that particular job? The way you are responding to the question, they try to inquire from you, tell us how will you change this particular organization, and then you find that you have not even investigated to know about them, and yet you want to be absorbed to work with them. They want to look at your interest to that particular job, your interest to that particular organization. And even sometimes part of the question they try to inquire from you, where are you likely to be in the next 5 years to come? Where are you likely to be in the next 3 years to come? And unfortunately, when some of the youth are asked that kind of question, you find that they do not know where they want to be, including a few have approached me who have finished the first degree. They want to do masters. They are trying to inquire from me, which one can I do? I try to ask them, where do you want to be in the next 5 years? Because if you know where you want to be, then I can be able to tell you how to get there. There's a Latin terminology called core values, which means where are you, where are you going, and how do you get there? Until you know where you are, that is when you can be able to know where you are going. And until you know where you are going, that is when you can be able to know how you can be able to get there. Therefore, the biggest question is about where are you going, and how can you be able to get there. My encouragement for you today is that you ensure that you prove to be having the right attitude. That way you can be able to convince the employer that they should be able to employ you. Another thing which the employers will be looking for will be patience. They want people who are patient. They want people who are patient. There's a friend of mine who got a job after tabaking for a while, and when he got the job, he was very happy. But it happened that the employer, the first month, delayed to pay him. And this friend of mine went to the employer, told him that I've worked for a whole month, why are you not paying me? And he tried to pressurize that employer to pay him, which the employer did, but immediately fired him. He was not the right guy for the job. He was not patient enough to wait. Not patient to wait for him to be paid. Sometimes it can delay, you can be paid probably on 5th of the month. Sometimes, depending on which organization you are working for, you can even be paid on 10th of the month. Therefore, you need to be patient as a young man, and later on I'll be talking about it more vividly when I'm going to prepare the next presentation in a short while. Now, therefore, as a young man, we encourage you that you have to show that you are patient, not only in the interview, but even when you have gotten the job. Another thing which the employers are looking for is the level of you being confident, the level of confidence which you have. They want to be sure that you are not faking your life. And one of the ways to know that you are not faking is to show that you are confident. And sometimes you might be not faking, you might not be faking, but you are not confident. Probably you are not used to speaking in front of people. You are not used to talking to many people. It's something which you have to begin improving right from today. And I want to believe that after a particular period of time, when you get that confidence, you can be able to perform very well. Sometimes we have people who have performed very well in interview, not because they are knowledgeable, but because they are confident. I was trying to joke with a particular lecturer from the Strathmore University, whom I was telling him that your students are likely to get a job than even others from Jomo Kenyatta University, from Kenyatta University. And why is that the truth? These people, they have been trained to be very good communicators. They have been very much trained. They can be able to convince you, even if they are not knowledgeable. It's all not about being confident. When you are confident, you are likely to convince the employer that you are the right guy, the right lady for that particular job. Try to ensure that you gain confidence even when you do not have it. And finally, on that area, you need to have the right skill for the job. In addition to having the knowledge, you need to have the right skills for the job. When I'm talking about the skills, I'm talking about issues like time management. You need to ensure that you are very well in time management. Like today, I think this particular event was starting around 9. Though I did not know, so I came around 8 sharp. I've been here, and but now that is the attitude to work. Yeah, if you want to be able to prosper in whatever that you are doing, you must be very good in time management. That is what the employers are looking for. They are looking for effective communication. Right from now, when you might not have even probably completed your studies. Sometimes you find a student writing an email to me. They write an email in the morning, maybe at 8 in the morning. Around 10, again they write another email. But the content of the email is that they're writing an email, why are you not replying my email? Yeah? That is not a very good communication. Which now, depending on how someone can take it, probably they might now even not reply the email if they had that mind of not replying. But if you write someone an email in the morning, give them time, even the whole day, depending on the nature of their schedule. Give them time, be patient enough, waiting for them to respond. And at all, if you have to write another email, know how to communicate. Yeah? If you write an email, kindly let me know if you received my previous communication. Those are very good inquiry, which I can be able to tell you that I got it, give me time, I'll be able to respond. But if you write an email telling me why are you not replying my email, right from the time you are a student, that is what you are likely to develop, even to the job market. And employers are not looking for that. They are looking for effective communication and effective communicator. They are looking for emotional intelligence, how you can be able to control your temper, how you can be able to control how you react to a particular situation. They are looking at the manner in which you can be able to work with other people. They want you to be a team player. They want you to be a team player. And therefore, if they probably inquire from you, tell us a particular situation where you have been a team player, you should be able to have very many ways in which you have worked as a team. And probably being a youth, you have all the opportunity to work as a team. You have the youth group, you have the youth choir, you can do even ambition and crusade and very many other activities which can be able to prove that you are working indeed as a team. Right in church and now even out there, you can be able still to prove that you have been a team player and even a leader of a particular team. I know some of you are about to tell me that you have been a WhatsApp administrator, yeah, an admin in WhatsApp, which probably might not be the way to show that you are a team player. People want to know where you led a particular group, the kind of experience which you were able to develop out of it, and how probably it has been able to build you to be the right one for that particular job. In that first part of the presentation, finally, I want to end by this question: how can a youth be employable? How can a youth be employable? How can you become employable? Now, I just want to give a few points about 4 of them. Number 1, get experience. Many employers are looking for people who are going to immediately start doing the job. They are not looking for people who they are going to train before they can start doing the job. By getting experience, I do understand that is the biggest problem with the youth. You find that you are right from college, right from university, you are not able to get a job because they are looking for 2 years experience, 1 year experience before you can be able to get that particular offer. You can volunteer. Volunteering is one of the ways in which you can be able to get experience. You don't have to wait to be paid to do a particular job, but you can volunteer in order for you to be more employable. You can start by volunteering, and again, you can participate in internship opportunity, attachment opportunity, where sometimes you don't expect to be paid, but you know it's going to build you up in order for you to become employable. Therefore, try to get experience before even you apply. That way you can probably be able to build up your opportunity to become employable. And again, part of the small things which you do can contribute to you having that experience. If you indicate in your curriculum vitae that you have experienced probably
being a church treasurer for 2 years, and you're applying for a finance job, you're likely to get that job because already you have responsibilities which you carry, which might be relevant to that kind of life. If you are applying for clerical work and you indicate that you have been helping, you have been probably an assistant church clerk, and you even try to explain there the responsibilities which you've been carrying, you tell them that I've been probably managing a church of 300 people, and I've been giving timely record the way they are required. You find that it can be very easy for you to get that job. That is something which you did, probably in church, but which can contribute in you getting that particular offer. Get experience, that's number one. The number two, you need to have a good curriculum vitae. You need to have a good curriculum vitae. Before you are even called for an interview, people look at the document which you share to them. They try to interrogate it. They try to find out who are you right from there. And that document, sometimes you end up filling it with what is not very important for that particular job. Like when people go to hobbies, you find that one of your hobby, sleeping. Another hobby, eating. Now, you find that these things which you have written here might not be very much relevant for that job. And again, probably no employer will want to employ people who like sleeping. Because these people, you might be resting even at the workplace. You might be eating a lot. You'll find that in the afternoon, you're not able to work. You write your hobby being chatting. Yeah, chatting. There are a few weeks not who have written that. No employer can give you the job because they know if you like chatting, you're likely even to chat while you're at work. Therefore, what you put is very critical in terms of building a good curriculum vitae, a document which can be able to create an impression about you much earlier, even to prompt you being invited for an interview. You need to try to include ways in which you have become or proven to be innovative, how you have been able to contribute to organizational change, how you will be able to enable the organizations to prosper if they employ you, and that way you are going to make it be catchy in a way that you are likely to increase your opportunity to be invited for the interview. Number three, you need to network and make contact. You need to network with the people who are already in the industry, even at the church level. If you are doing probably a program like which one? Which one you doing or your friend? Production. You need to try to look for people who are in that area. Right from your church, you might find one or two people who are in that area. Network with them, try to inquire from them their experience in terms of what they have been able to do to be where they are. And you never know, even among them, they might tell you, they might refer to you that there's this opportunity we have in this particular organization, or probably even in our organization, which you can apply. Yeah? Which you can apply. And you never know, that might be your starting point. My experience in the university was a bit unique in a way that I came from an environment in primary school where I used to be a head boy, then went to high school where the environment was a bit very harsh, that I had to be nikarudi chini, ya tukakuwa wale watu wa chini ya maji kidogo kwa ground. We can be able to tell you how the ground is talking about. But again, more importantly, that killed my ability to speak in front of people, my courage, my personality traits. And now when I went to the university, I knew that after here, I'm going to the job market. I tried to look at how can I build my confidence in front of people, talking in front of people, in order to ensure that even when I go for the interview, I'm able to perform very well. And how I did it, right from the time I went to the university, first year, I started, anytime I'm free, I walk to a particular classroom which is free, which do not have a lecturer, and I talk to them. I give them a motivational quote, and I wish them a good day, yeah? Simply that. And now it came into me that I have to talk. Even when sometimes now I'm free, but the other classrooms have got lecturers who are teaching, I could go look at the notes board. I look at a particular announcement, I come and knock. I tell the lecturer I've got an urgent announcement to make. And I remember they used to allow me, I make the announcement, I tell them for further communication, we have put that on the notes board, which I've not put, but I was trying to look for a way how I can be able to build my personality, and which I was able to build. And I used to wait until even the students who are doing part-time studies, who are coming from work in the evening to come to the university, I used to wait for them around 5:30 in the evening. I start going and welcoming them to the university. Remember, I'm a fresher. I welcome them to the university. I tell them, I know you are very tired. I'm here to welcome you to the university. They become very happy when they hear that, yeah? Then you give them a motivational quote to keep them going that evening. It used to work, but before I finished my first degree, I got my first job through the network, the part-time students whom I used to talk to. And again, later on, when now I had been able to talk to very many students, they knew me right from the time I'm fresher. The entire university knew me. Now I was trying to think about how can they be of benefit to me now that they have known me. And at that time, I made a decision to contest in the state election, which, like enough again, they now voted for me because they knew me. I did not even put posters to campaign because these people, they knew me. And I used to continually visit them almost every evening. I give them a motivational quote. During the day, I greet them. Yeah. Through that, I was trying to look at how can they benefit me. But again, they were able to build me to be able to gain a good personality trait, which I was able to have thereafter. Therefore, network, try to make contact with the people within your unit. It doesn't matter where you are, try to network. Try to look for people whom you share common interests. Try to look for people whom you share common profession. Try to look for people whom you might be sharing probably a common area of specialization. And you never know, you might be able to grow through that kind of life. Finally, you need to make your social media platform to be representative of what you want people to know about you. Try to make your social media platform to be representative of what you want people to know about you. There are a few people who have applied for interview, and we try to investigate them before even they come for the interview. You find these people, they have posted something in Twitter supporting corruption, and they are coming wanting to be your staff. They have posted pornographic material, yeah, and now they are coming looking for this job. Employers will usually, part of them, most of them, they investigate to know who are they employing. These are long-lasting relationships where you are going to be able to work for them for even 30 years' time. They don't want you to destroy the organizational culture which they have developed over a long period of time. They don't want you to come and distort the values which they hold. And therefore, I want to caution you that be very careful what you post anywhere in the social media, in Facebook, in Twitter, anywhere. Try to be very cautious about what you are going to post. While you do that, try to think, is this what I want people to know me for? And if that is true, then you can go ahead and have it posted. I don't know how much time I have left. I want to rush very quickly to now the last bit where I'm going to tell you how can a Christian youth make a difference. It's a question, how can a Christian youth make a difference? We do hear people telling us that you need to stand to be counted, you need to be known, you need to make a difference in life. And even when I do my work, there are two things which I aim to fulfill in whatever that I do. There are two things which I aim to fulfill in whatever that I do. Number one, to ensure that I'm effective and efficient in what that I do. And number two, to ensure that I achieve transformation in wherever that I work. Therefore, transformation is about making a difference. And here the question is, how can a Christian youth make a difference in life? I'm going to repeat number one, having the right attitude. That is my number one point. You need to have the right attitude in order for you to make a difference in life. You need to ensure that you are optimistic in whatever that you do. Like I mentioned earlier, attitude is 100% of what you will become. If you believe that you can, you can. And if you believe that you can't, you can't. In both, you are correct. It's what you put into your mind that will matter who you are going to be. There's a famous quote, as a man thinketh, that's how they become. What you put into your mind is how you are going to become. If you believe that a particular thing is very difficult, you are going to indeed find it to be very difficult. Just like if you merely believe that mathematics, for example, is very difficult, you are going to find it to be very difficult. I remember there's a unit which we were doing at the university in my first year, trimester 2, strategic management. And that time, I remember we used to be told that even if you work very hard, in this unit you can never get an A. That is what we used to be told, and I wanted to prove if that is true about what we were being told. And I worked very hard for that particular unit, sometimes even going beyond the mile, trying to read more than what we have been given. And I confirmed that that was not very true about what we used to be told. We did assignment number 1, which was individual, which was out of 10. Having worked very hard, I got a privilege of getting 10 out of 10. We did a cut, which was a bit hard. I remember I got around 14 out of 20. But I was the first one, yeah? The rest were below 10 because they knew that the unit is very difficult. And eventually, I got an A in that unit. But we did not have any B. Wengine walipata after the B kwenda chini because they believed that the unit is very difficult. But me, I wanted to confirm if it is true that even if you read, you will fail in that particular unit. Therefore, if you believe that you can, you can. And if you believe that you cannot, in both you are correct. Therefore, depending on your attitude in life, you need to know that you can either become an example or a warning. In life, you can either become an example or a warning. When people look at your attitude, they can encourage people to be like you, or they can want them to work very hard, even if they have a poor one, not to be like you. Know that in life, you can either become an example or a warning. Number 2, I have only 5 points on how a Christian youth can make a difference that I finish. Giving back to other people. Giving back to other people. John F. Kennedy, on 20th of January 1961, quoted that ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. Many of our youth today they keep on relying upon what people can do for them. They think about what can their family do for them. What can your parents, your guardian do for you? But I want you to change that notion. Try to think about what can you do for your parents? What can you do for your guardian? What can you do to your friend? Not what your friend can do for you. You can give back to other people in various ways, probably. Sometimes they don't have to be monetary. You can give back your time. You can give back in terms of praying for them. You can give back in terms of fellowshipping with them. And again, you can even volunteer. You give back to the community by volunteering your time. Again, if you happen to be fruitful, to get a job, give back to other people. There are many people who are needy, in children's home, in the street children. You can give back to them. Try to think about what you can do to other people, in addition to thinking about what people can do for you. And in that line, we have a famous quote that there are 3 groups of people whom we can call youth in that category. There are 3 groups of people. Group number 1, those who make things to happen. They make things to happen. Group number 2, those who watch them happen. They watch how things are happening. And the group number 3, those who wonder what happened. The question is about where do you fall. We have those who make things to happen, who watch them happen, and who wonder what happened. These people who wonder, it means that they did not even know that they were happening. The people who watch them happen, they were able to know that they are happening, but they did not partake in making them to happen. I'm encouraging you that try to be in the first group, the people who make things to happen. Try to think about other people. Try to give back whatever small way you can. And again, more importantly, when you give back, don't expect to be repaid. When you give back, don't expect to be repaid. I'm noting that you're wondering why you should not expect to be repaid when you are giving back. If you are a Christian, you should not expect to be repaid. You are giving back because you have a big heart. You are giving back because you love people. Yeah? If you expect to be repaid, even non-Christians will do that. They'll give back with the aim of being repaid. But if you are a Christian youth, you want to make a difference, don't give and expect to be repaid. Number 3, you need to participate actively in the youth activity. How a Christian youth can make a difference. Be active involved in youth activities. Each one of you have got a particular way in which you can be able to participate in the youth group. You can participate in the youth choir. If you are not privileged to be able to participate in the youth choir, you can participate even in the youth leadership. I remember I used to be in the youth choir, but again, I never used to be a youth leader. I used to be the leader for discipline in the youth choir. That is what I used to do. And I used to be with Chwea. That time, Edward Chwea, just a few years back. Him being the youth leader that time, I being in charge of discipline. You don't have to be in charge of very big things, but you can be able to show your participation in a small way, but you make it to be in a bigger way. Take part in a youth activity. If there is a mission, take part of it, be part of it. Even if you're not able to go, contribute. Contribute financially. You can contribute your time into the planning of that particular activity. And at the end of the day, my main point trying to tell you, be active and involved. Be more than a youth. Don't just come to church, you attend church after church, you go. When they have made an announcement that the youth are supposed to remain behind briefly. Make sure that you be active, involved. You never know. You might get even your spouse out of that meeting. Therefore, try to be actively involved in the youth activity. You never know the opportunities which might be there. You might even get a friend who is already in a particular profession and whom they are looking for your expertise. You might get a job out of it. Yeah? Be actively involved in the youth activity. Number 4, be patient and faithful. Be patient and faithful. Don't have the appetite for free things. In economics, we argue that we don't have free lunch. There's no free lunch. Yeah. So if he's telling you that I'm taking you for lunch, yeah, I'm taking you for lunch, know that there is no free lunch. Don't follow or like to get free things in life. Work for them. By working for them, you'll be able to be more accountable. By working for them, you find that you'll be able to be more accountable. Sometimes they call these people, I don't know why they call them sponsors, but that is the name which they usually use, that you have a sponsor who is giving you some money, in addition to your parents, in addition to your guardian. These are free money which you are getting, but at a cost. Yeah? Knowing that there's no free lunch, you are getting it at a particular cost, which you might end up dying while you are young. Probably these people, they are married, and you never know the other part of the spouse. They might want to kill you because you are threatening their marriage. You might end up being infected. The way Pastor was telling us that every day our youth get infected. At least 50 people get HIV every day. You never know. Therefore, what I'm trying to encourage you is that work hard for what you want to get in life. Be content with what you have. Be content with what you have. If you want more, work more. There's a story of a few young men who died recently. I don't know if you heard. They were tortured. You heard that story? Yeah, they were tortured to death. And even some few parts of their bodies cut off. And it happened that one of them is someone I know, whom we used to be together in high school at Notunga High, some time back. But again, somebody who I used to hear, and later on I confirmed, that he was in a particular group of thugs who they used to steal from people. They used to steal from people. And now they stole from the wrong guy. They stole from the wrong guy who made sure that these people have to die because they don't have the money to repay him back. Try to work hard for what you want to get in life. There's a famous quote I try to remember it, but meanwhile, I'm trying to encourage you that patience might be bitter, but the fruits of patience will be sweet at the end of the day. Be faithful, be patient. If you have any form of income, be faithful in returning your time. Be faithful in returning your time. I remember the quote. I wanted to tell you that work hard to get what you like in order to avoid coming to like what you get in life. Work hard to get what you like. Work hard to get what you like in order to avoid coming to like what you get in life. If you don't work hard, you're likely to get whatever you get in life because you don't have the option to choose from what you are getting. But if you work hard, you're likely to get very many options which you can be able to pick and take the one which you like. Work hard to get what you like in life to avoid coming to like what you get in life. Finally, ninapokaribisha afande. Finally, number 5, be a good man. Be a good man. Welcome, Macho. Be a good man. By being a good man, I mean both a lady and a gentleman. Yeah? When I'm talking about man, we are talking about both a lady and a gentleman, because the Bible tells me that God created man, male and a female, He made them. How can a Christian youth make a difference? Be a good man. There are very few people in the world who are good. There are very few people in the world who are good. And therefore, by being a good man, a good woman, there is no competition. There is no competition. Very few people have been made in the world who are good, because many who have been good, again, who have been very few, they have died. Alexander the Great died at the age of 32, after doing a lot in the world, being recorded in the annals of history. Kofi Annan died being a good man. Coming to Kenya when we had post-election violence, not wanting to be paid any amount of money, but wanting Kenya to be united back, to be able to go back to a peaceful country. Wangari Maathai died. John Magufuli of our neighbor country here already died. Therefore, my encouragement to you today, be a good man. There are very few in the world. There is no competition in being a good man. And finally, I want to tell you, how can you become a good man? Remember, I told you, by man I mean both gender. How can you become a good man? I want someone to read very quickly, Matthew 5:3-11. I conclude in the next 2 minutes to be able to tell you how can you become a good man or woman. Matthew chapter 5:3-11. He's talking about someone on the mountain when right now, someone to read, I think those are Beatitude. Someone to read Matthew 5:3-11, then I conclude in the next 2 minutes. very fast because I know my time is gone. I might be having like 5 to 10 minutes only, which I don't want to finish the whole of it. Anyone who might have gotten it to read loudly.
It says, happy are those who know they are spiritually poor. The kingdom of heaven belongs to them. Happy are those who mourn. God will comfort them. Happy are those who are humble. They will receive what God has promised. Happy are those whose greatest desire to do what God requires. God will satisfy them fully. Happy are those who are merciful to others. God will be merciful to them. Happy are the pure in heart. They will see God. Happy are those who work for peace. God will call them his children. Happy are those who are persecuted because they do what God requires. The kingdom of heaven belongs to them. Happy are you when people insult you and persecute you and tell all kinds of evil lies against you, because you are my followers.
Thank you. There's a text which you know very well, and my question is, how can you become a good man? Number one, be poor in spirit. By poor in spirit, we mean you need to recognize your need for God. Be poor in spirit, you will inherit the kingdom of God. By being poor in spirit, you are recognizing your need for God. Number two, comfort those who are mourning. And again, mourn if you are in need, you will be comforted. You will be called a good man. Be meek, you will inherit the earth. By being meek, we mean being patient, being long-suffering, being quiet, being humble. Be meek, and you will inherit the earth. Hunger and the thirst for righteousness, and you will be filled. Hunger and the thirst for righteousness, and you will be filled. If you have that urge to know more about God, indeed God will come and manifest himself to you. But you have to be willing. Be merciful, and you will be able to obtain it. Be pure in heart, you will be able to see God. Be a peacemaker, you will be called a child of God. Rejoice when you are persecuted for righteousness, because yours will be the kingdom of God, the kingdom of heaven. The biggest challenge with our youth is that they have the light, but they have not turned it on. Isaiah chapter 60 verse 1 to 3 is telling you that arise and shine, for your light has come. The glory of God has risen upon you. For great darkness will cover the world, and great darkness the people. But all nations will come to the light of your rising. The problem with youth, they have the light, but they do not turn it on. I want to encourage you today, turn on your light. Shine with the light which you have. Whatever little that you know, let the world know that you know it. You will be able to make a difference being a Christian youth. Therefore, I want to conclude that for you to become a Christian youth who can make a difference, have the right attitude, give back to the community, participate actively in youth activities, be patient and faithful, and be a good man. Finally, I want to just tell you now in 1 minute that you do not have to be great in life in order for you to start, but you have to start in order to become great in life. Instead of concentrating in what you cannot change, focus on what you can be able to change and give it your best. Finally, I've just concluded now, I'm finished. I'm telling you that before you judge, get the facts. Before you do any form of investment, investigate that investment. Before you think about emailing, try to text. Before you think about texting someone, think about calling. Before you pray, forgive people. Before you leave, make your bed. Thank you, and I wish you all the best.
Amen.
Mungu awabariki.
Okay, thank you daktari kwa mawazo mema na kusaidia katika maisha haya. So next tunaenda for 5 minutes break and then we'll be coming back after 5 minutes. So I hope kila mtu ameandika jina katika hilo karatasi ambalo limepita katikati yetu. So